Welcome to the Dad's Downtime Thinking and Drinking podcast, the happy hour style podcast where a few guys get together, have a few drinks, and talk about what's going on in their lives. I'm Dave Stanley, and alongside me, Steve Bassett and Tyler Cordell. As always, you can find us on Facebook and on Twitter at Dad's Downtime. And if you're watching on YouTube, please give us a like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let's see. Tyler, what are you drinking today?
Just Mountain Dew VooDew.
Okay. And Steven?
I'm drinking tea, but I did find this at the Dollar General out in Morris yesterday. I will not be drinking it right now.
Oh, nice. Found some Maui Blast?
Yes, I did. Maui
Very
Burst. Have not had that in a really long time.
I found those 2 cans that weren't exploded over at the Dollar General when that shit came out.
No
It
kidding.
was good,
yeah,
though.
No,
It was good.
I couldn't find any cans. I just found, like the 6-pack of the 16.9 ounce bottles.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's like, whatever, I'll take one of those.
That shit was hard to find when it came out.
Yeah.
It was super hard. I think I went to like 3 different Dollar Generals that night and barely found 2 cans that were both dented and sticky because other cans had exploded next to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was worth it.
I'm not even hugely fond of the Maui Blast, to be completely honest. So
No? I liked it.
No, I just wasn't a huge fan of it.
All right. Well, I'm drinking coffee because, Steve with his morning podcast, he thinks his days are so much more special than the rest of us, so he has to shift it. But since we haven't been doing a whole lot of drinking on here lately, I'm having a Bloody Mary.
Ooh.
Yeah, my sister was down here like a month ago, and she left a can of tomato juice. It's like, I'm gonna have myself a Bloody Mary. And Sarah just happened to make some bacon this morning. It's like, yep, definitely a Bloody Mary day.
Perfect.
So,
I haven't had a Bloody Mary in God knows how long.
Before we get into anything else, I'd just like to say, happy birthday, Steve. Happy birthday to you. Copyright bullshit. Happy birthday. Fuck you, Steve. All right, we're past that shit. That's as
happy
much
birthday,
as
Steve, you little bitch.
Yeah, you're what, like 50 now?
You guys are a bunch of D-bags.
Fuck you, Steve.
Yeah, that's our job. Be D-bags.
I'm like barely older than you, Dave.
You're 45, right?
Steve, you're almost exactly a year and 1 month older than me. So it's like a year and 5 weeks or something like that.
So that's besides the point. Thanks either way, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Didn't know if anybody remembered.
Yeah.
So before we get into our topic today, what you got going on for your birthday today, Steve?
Church. Going to church, and then really want to watch the Bears game.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm. And then,
exciting birthday plans.
Well, I mean, when you turn 36, you really don't care anymore about your birthday.
When you turn 28, you really don't care anymore.
I was going to say, I stopped caring about my birthday around like 23 or 24.
I think 21 was the last real birthday that anybody really cares about. But
well, 25 was nice because the insurance rates go down. So
see, that didn't.
That's true, and you can actually rent a car if you wanted.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's easier to rent a car. At 25, the whole insurance rates going down didn't affect me.
Did it really not?
My insurance rates were already so low because I've had such a clean driving record since.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
That it really had no effect on me at all.
It helped me because I got into a car accident when I was in Alabama when I was working with Scott and them. And so that jacked my insurance rates up. And then when I got to 25, that had finally dropped that back down. And then I think that the accident came off of my driving record not like 2 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't had a ticket since I was 17.
Oh, nice.
So, and people like ever since I started saying like that, and this went for like the past like 10 plus years now. I tell people like I haven't had a ticket or been pulled over in like X amount of years, blah blah blah. They're like, well, now you're gonna jinx yourself. Nope. I get shit for driving, quote unquote, like a grandma. apparently driving 5 miles per hour over the speed limit is a grandma nowadays.
I do 10, so.
But the people who tell me that I drive like a grandma or an old person, they've all had numerous tickets. So
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's fair, yeah.
don't
I like
listen.
I like my
Don't
money.
listen to them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better to drive safe and then just save the money in the long term.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's enough about birthday shit. Oh, I made that
Yeah.
spicy. We have been working on a show called Movie Glue, and sometimes the movies just aren't super easily accessible.
No,
So
they're
that-
not.
No, so that's how we kind of got to our topic today of streaming services. Which
Mhm.
ones do we like? Which ones do we dislike? Where do we think streaming services should go? Steve, this was your topic originally, so why don't you start us off?
Was so being somebody who growing up, I never had cable. Okay, like just family really. I mean, it was not in the budget. Just was like, no, not gonna happen. All your friends had cable. All these other people had cable, but we never had cable growing up. So obviously that limits you from being able to watch what you want to watch, right? You're limited to standard over-the-air television, and that's if your antenna is picking up all those channels.
Well, lucky for you, you were a Cubs fan, so that worked out fine for you.
That worked out perfect for me, exactly. So I could watch all the Cub games.
Sox games just weren't aired back then.
Yeah, that's true.
Them and the Blackhawks just never on.
And the Hawks, Rocky Works made it to where Hawks were not on TV, period. So,
yeah. So, anyways. Steve getting bothered.
Mando.
So, yeah. Talking about streaming services, which ones in particular are you fond of, Steve?
Well, obviously, I think this speaks volumes.
Steve,
I would say that
Steve is a Disney shill. Let's just say that. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's me.
I was gonna say that's you, Dave. You're the one that's always going to Disney World. Always got.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This guy pulling out the saber.
But yeah, I would say
that's actually
Disney Plus.
It looks so good on the
It does.
on the camera. Jesus,
Yeah,
the glow is almost
Yeah,
perfect.
I got new lights in my office yesterday. Tyler got to see them. You can keep going, Steve.
I did, yeah.
But yeah, so I would say Disney Plus is my number one. For obviously this reason, this show I'm obsessed with.
Right, The Mandalorian.
So
that's so loud.
A lot of Star Wars stuff. But it gets to a point where if you want to watch, like for me, for instance, I was told about The Mandalorian back when it first started, and I had no idea what it was and everything. It's like, I'll get Disney Plus later, it's like, I'm not worried about that. And then I just kept hearing people talk about it, and it's like, I eventually was like, screw it, man. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get a sub to it. I'm gonna pay for it, and I'm gonna check this out. And ever since then, it's like, holy shit, this has been the greatest show ever.
Yeah, I would say for what Disney or the Disney Corporation, I'm gonna say, for what they offer in their streaming services, services including Hulu and ESPN, like I think I pay like $14 a month, maybe $15 a month, and I get all three of those services. Like for what you get with their services and the price that you pay, you get a lot of quality content. Because like Disney Plus also includes like National Geographic and stuff on Fox and stuff like that. So like you get a ton of great content. Like my kids love watching like all the animal stuff from like Nat Geo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then there's other services that just suck.
And like what would you think would be one of those services that sucks? Because like for me,
Peacock.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean Peacock is terrible. Yeah, personally.
I guess for Decent and I, we don't have to pay for Peacock though.
Right.
I guess in a sense, Dave, we technically are. to a degree since
Yeah.
we bought. But I mean, we need internet either way.
Right. So
Right.
Steve and I both have Comcast internet, which is owned by NBC.
Okay.
And we were able to get Peacock streaming service for free. Now
Yeah.
that's great when it comes to like wanting to watch like Sunday Night Football or stuff
Oh,
on
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
NBC or whatever.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
in general, I can't see myself ever wanting to buy a subscription to Peacock.
Yeah, me neither.
There's
Yeah.
other stuff I would rather spend money on. We're in a weird place where everybody has been wanting to cut the cord for so long.
Yep.
And you can do that now, but you're still paying just as much as you would for cable, but now you're just getting a few channels.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense.
The thing though with cable too, because like, you know how I said I didn't have cable growing up. When I got my first house, we actually decided, hey, we want cable. I want to be able to watch Cup games. I want to be able to watch Blackhawks games.
Which now
Hell,
you
I
need the
wanna be
marquee
able-
channel.
Well, and that's just it now. So it's like, and you can't just pay for the marquee channel. It's not like another streaming service where it's like, oh, Disney Plus, I want to watch Mandalorian. All right, well, let me get a Disney Plus account. Oh, I want to watch a Cup game. Let me buy a marquee. No, I
Right.
have to buy cable to get that channel.
Yeah.
So then what's the point?
I think in terms of like the worst streaming services, it's the sports ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would
Those
agree.
are by far the worst because of all the blackout restrictions that they have to abide
Oh
by.
my gosh, I know.
I
It's
wish they would.
ridiculous.
I wish when like these contracts start running out that they would adjust that so they can start selling their services more. I think they would
They've-
make a lot more money. Like if I could buy, like, and I'll get to the NFL last.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky to where I have T-Mobile, so every year I get MLB package for free.
Yep.
Now, yeah, same with you, Steve. So
Yep.
it's great for us, but you still live in a Chicago market. You're not
Yes,
watching
I
your
do.
Cubs games.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Lucky for me, I live outside of the Chicago market now. I get to watch every Sox game except for the 6 games that they play against Houston.
Yeah.
And that's fine. 3 of those games I plan on going to every year.
Yeah, shit, why not, right?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm only going to if I normally go to like 5 or 6 ball games a year, if I drop that down to 3, I'll just make it a weekend series and go to all 3 White Sox versus Astros games.
Right.
Like that makes sense to me. But then you look at like at least like with hockey and NBA, you can buy an individual team package for a discounted price. So like, but again, you're still restricted to blackout markets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that for me, that does me no good. Because, yeah, I mean, I like watching hockey, but I'm going to be real with you. I don't have a whole lot of time. So if I'm watching hockey, I'd rather watch a Hawks game.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And now I get to the NFL, and the NFL packages are weird. So they have their NFL package or whatever, or Game Pass or whatever, and that's you can watch all the games, but not until they're over. Like it's not until like later that day or like the next day.
That's
And even then, I think they're truncated to like you can truncate them down to like 45 minutes if you want to. But by then, you've already probably found out the score,
right.
so that's kind
yeah.
of pointless.
Yeah.
That's
What else
where
is
now, Dave, it's like if you just want to watch stuff live, but I mean, kill your phone battery in the process, as long as you got a Yahoo account.
Right, so that's
Yahoo
great,
Sports
but
app,
you're
I
gonna
get to watch
kill
all
your
the games.
you're gonna
I
kill your tablet or your phone.
I'd rather have a tablet for that, though. I don't.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I have a large screen phone. I have a 6 point whatever inch phone, but I don't want to watch a football game. Like if I'm laying in bed or whatever, with like just like trying to catch the end of a game, fine, that's
Yeah.
fine. But then I think NFL they're teamed with DirecTV for their NFL Red Zone Pass or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
that's the
Or
case.
NFL Game Day. That's $60 a month, $60 or $70 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know,
then
the
you-
thing
then
is,
you
too,
still
they know
have
people are going to pay
blackouts.
that.
Then you
They
still
know
have
people will pay
blackouts, I
that.
think, too. So it's like, this is ridiculous. So, I mean, I think sports packages are the worst. They need to get past the whole blackout restrictions.
I can't see companies doing that because that's just their way to make even more money.
I'd like to see, like in your case, Steve, I could see like the Cubs making the marquee channel like an actual like individual streaming app.
You know, I guarantee you they would just see it uptick because
Oh yeah,
I know for a fact I don't think they've been seeing as much success as they've wanted. If they remove it from a cable package and just say, just like a Disney Plus or anything like we're just talking about, hey, you want to watch Cub games? I mean, better question. I don't know if any of us know this. The Yes Network for the Yankees. Are you
yep.
able to just buy that as a standalone?
Let me find out. You guys can
I
keep
have
talking.
no
I'm gonna
idea.
find
Yeah,
out.
because that would be huge because I mean, obviously, I don't think the Yankees ever have any issue. The Yankees never have an issue selling out their games, but I doubt they have an issue with people not wanting to watch their channel either. Like that's what every team has been striving to try and emulate. The Yes Network because that's like the network.
Right.
Like like it's the Yankees. You know what I mean? I know everybody hates the Yankees, but I'm saying, it's the
I don't
Yankees.
hate the
Everybody,
Yankees.
well,
Back when I
if you're
watched baseball, I watched the Yankees.
a lot of people hate the Yankees in general.
I grew up with family members that were like obsessed with the Yankees, and so it was just natural for me to just flock over to them.
Okay.
And then everybody was like, "Oh, you're a bandwagon fan. You live in Chicago and you watch the Yankees." I was like, "Yeah, but like, I watch the Yankees because my entire family watches the Yankees." So,
Well, I mean, there's a reason for that, then, So, like,
right, yeah, a lot of my
yeah,
family came from the Jersey area, so
okay.
yeah,
I had no idea. That's cool.
Let's see.
yeah.
So I don't want to create a account or anything. But from what I
Yeah.
see, like you get more than just the Yankees. With you get the Yankees, the Brooklyn Nets, the New York City Football Club, the New York Liberty, which is women's basketball, I believe, and there's some other shows and stuff like that. But just based on this, catch your favorite games live on your phone, tablet, or TV. I'm not sure if they have an app.
See, that almost sounds like, though, it is almost like a standalone thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, but at the same time, there's let's see, this again, available to customers on participating TV providers. So you may have to have a TV, like a cable
So,
package to catch them.
so it sounds just like Marquee then.
Yeah,
Okay. So then
that's what
that
it
means
sounds like.
if that's the case, then that means there's no hope.
I mean, what are the Dodgers doing with theirs?
Oh, I don't know. I've heard really nasty things about the Dodgers channel where
Oh yeah,
anybody in LA can't even watch them and everything like that. And so I've known about that for years that the Dodgers network is terrible. Super
interesting.
expensive, terrible, like just
I don't even know what their channel is called.
See,
I have no idea either.
I don't like NHL TV at all because
You
their
don't like
blackout
NHL
restrictions.
TV? Oh.
Yeah, their blackout restrictions are ridiculous sometimes. Like if Chicago is playing Carolina, I can't watch it. If they're playing
I was gonna say
Nashville, I can't watch it. Yeah,
you live in a bad area, Tyler. Plus, obviously
right.
the Hawks being in the same division with the Preds, so you're gonna
Yeah,
miss out on like
I
15
miss.
games a year
Yeah,
there.
I
And then
miss
you
out a
said
lot.
Carolina.
Yeah,
That's another 2 games now because they have to play every single team, in the
yeah,
East, at least, once there, once home. So you're
right.
missing like I said, like 15 to 17 games a year, something
At
with
least.
conference teams, and then two at
And sometimes
Eastern Conference.
I don't know how, but like sometimes I get weird blackout restrictions for other games. Like last year, I tried to watch a Vegas Hawks game, and or no, not last year, the year before that, because they didn't play Vegas last year.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, they didn't.
But when they were playing Vegas the year before, it gave me a blackout restriction, and I said, "For what?" I said, "That's all the way in Nevada. I'm in Tennessee. Like that doesn't make
Yeah,
any damn sense."
ridiculous.
So I don't know. They have to get their blackout restrictions in order for me to actually care about the freaking app, because it drives me insane that I can't watch half of the games that I want to watch when I want to.
So I mean, I think what we've come to is that the sports are the worst when it comes to streaming
They are.
networks.
They are, yeah.
And it sucks. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like History Channel and stuff like that. Like, they have good streaming apps, but you can't
Yeah.
watch much on them unless you have the cable package for 'em.
Right.
And then, like, even if you were to be able to stream something on them just by going a la carte or whatever, they're still going to charge you like $8 to $10 a month just for that one channel.
Right, yeah.
And it's I just don't find it to be as what's the word I'm looking for? It's not what we wanted a la carte streaming to be.
No,
Right.
it's not.
I think Netflix has really I could if it weren't for my kids, I probably wouldn't have Netflix anymore. There's not much on there that interests me.
They've got some
In-
decent originals, but I mean, you have to
I don't
wait
watch anything.
years. And yeah, and certain originals, like half of the originals that they do. Actually, I'm going to say probably like 80% of the originals they do, I don't even watch. The only ones that I watch now are The Witcher. I'll wait for Stranger Things to come out whenever it comes out. And then
I still have not watched The Witcher.
The Witcher is
Me too.
great. That's
I've
a
heard it's really good.
fantastic series. Yeah, you guys would love that.
Others
I
been the
think.
one telling me that it's been great, so I really do need to
Yeah.
check that out.
Like
Yeah,
Sarah and
you'll love it. It's a
with
good show.
Netflix, Sarah and I will watch Rust to Riches, which is like a car building show.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty funny. Some nice eye candy in there for you, Steve. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's up?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure. I know how you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, like other than that show though, like, there's not much that I really need Netflix for anymore.
Right.
Hulu, I don't think I could go without. Hulu is probably the best streaming service out there, personally. Because I mean, if you get Hulu, you get FXX.
I don't know. My favorite now is HBO. HBO is just doing it right. I feel
HBO was like they are doing things really well. I will say that.
Yeah.
They are kind of on the pricier side. They're what, $12 a month?
Well, it's because they have that deal with Warner Brothers
Right.
or
right.
Fox. I'm sorry. Or wait, no, it is
It's Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
It's
so
Warner
they have
Brothers.
that deal with Warner Brothers, and that's kind of jacked up their price a bit because you get all these movies for free throughout the year, and if they renew that going into next year,
Actually, that reminds me, Cry Macho's available now.
yeah, I know I gotta
need to watch
that.
that.
I'm very excited for another Clint Eastwood movie. So
Yeah, Steve.
But yeah,
Tyler,
I think
Tyler and I were talking about Clint Eastwood stuff before recording Movie Glue the other night, and
Yeah.
we noticed that he's 91 years old.
yeah,
Clint
still-
Eastwood is?
Yeah.
yeah, he's getting up there, man.
And still
Getting up
recording.
there. Oh
Still
my
filming.
gosh, dude. 91.
He has some of the best movies.
And writing and directing. I mean, he's doing a lot.
Since like I know he's been doing stuff for a while, but ever since like Gran Torino, I feel like he really stepped his game up.
Right, yeah, he blew up big after that. Well, $1 Million Baby was like his
True.
like first directorial debut, I guess. And then going into Gran Torino, that really, really blew it up bigger, and then it's just gotten better every movie. Trouble with the Curve was a great one for him because it showed that he could.
Fantastic.
It showed that he could do like a semblance of a rom-com, and it worked for him. Like he made it work, and it was a good baseball movie too. So it just, yeah, he's very good at what he does.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cry Macho was a new one from him that's on HBO Max until like October 27th.
Yeah.
And it's also in theaters. The Mule, Tyler, you and I spoke about that one. Steve, I don't know if you've seen that before.
Great movie.
I don't think so.
The Mule is good. You'll have to see that one.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie. Fun to watch. Sarah and I love that movie.
Yeah, I was very impressed by his acting and all of the supporting actors in that movie. Very good movie.
So before we wrap this up, there is one more streaming service I might have to purchase momentarily once the show comes out.
Paramount Plus.
What's up?
Paramount Plus.
Yes, because it was originally going to be Showtime, but the Halo TV series is going to be on Paramount Plus.
Right.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they switched that. It seemed like it was going to be more of a Paramount show than it wasn't really going to fit into Showtime.
Yeah.
So they switched it over to Paramount Plus.
I wish HBO would have picked it up.
Yeah, that'd been nice, but
they're the ones that I feel like if anybody does like dramatic action TV shows really well, it's HBO. And so I could really see them having the writer pool, you know what I mean? The pool of writers that they could pull from somebody out of there and make a really good Halo series. But I don't know. Paramount's got some great writers. They've made some good movies in the past, so I could see it going well for them.
I could see myself picking up Paramount Plus just because. Did you get, let's see, you get CBS, BET, I don't care about. Comedy Central's all right. You get Nickelodeon, MTV, and the Smithsonian Channel.
Yeah, you get quite a bit with them.
It's only $5 a month.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But with that, like, you would get, like, NFL games and
$5
SEC,
a month for now.
UEFA Champions League, UEFA Europa League, March Madness stuff. So, I mean, I could see
you would
myself,
actually get the NFL games, though? Just because it is
CBS
CBS,
games, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be able to, probably only get the ones that are, like, within market. But still, I mean, you're not fighting for trying to find it somewhere online.
I don't know. That's how I watched the, no, Peacock is how I watched the Dallas Redskins game.
But, like, they even do, like, the same thing that HBO's been doing, where it's, like, some movies that are, like, when they come to theater, like, the first, like, 30 days, they have a contract with Paramount, and...
Well, yeah, it is their streaming service, so...
Yeah, like... So,
well, they did that one with Mark Wahlberg, Infinite, which was not a good movie, but it was cool that, you know, a big movie like that came to a streaming service. I feel like that's going to be the way that it goes moving forward, though. Seeing how good this is going over now, yeah.
Go to the theater if you want to go to the theater, but if you don't want to go to the theater and you have it available on your TV, pay the $30 and watch it on TV.
I just don't want them to do what Disney's doing. That's the one downside to Disney Plus is those damn premiere accesses, dude. $30 to watch the movie.
I find it reasonable.
I don't have an issue. I have no issue with that because you know what?
Really?
If you wait a month or two, they're free.
Right.
Yeah, I watched Cruella. I watched Cruella just the other day for free. I didn't pay for it.
Right. Like Sarah and I saw Cruella opening night in the theaters because we wanted a night out.
Okay, but I'm a huge Marvel fan, and think of how many Marvel movies come out a year, and now I have to pay $30 every time one of those movies comes out.
If you want to see it then and there, or you just spend spend the $10 to $12 and go see it in theater.
Go see it, yeah.
Or you save all your money, like you said. I mean, you have to wait a little bit, but
come out. But yeah.
You have more options now, actually.
That's true, yeah.
Because like in my case, like the kids would have loved to have gone to see the new Paw Patrol movie, which they still haven't seen. But they don't. At least James doesn't really act the greatest in public places like that.
How do you make a movie for a kid show like that?
I've tried taking the kids to a movie theater before. Like I went to see Moana with Sally. Sarah and I took her when Moana came out in the theater, and Sally would just bounce around. We left halfway through because Sally wouldn't sit still and she was antsy. Yeah. So I love the whole premiere access thing.
I think it's good for certain things. I think that I would much rather like a $25 price point. $30 is a lot.
No, because I mean,
I don't know.
Think of it this way.
But you do own the movie after that.
Think of it this way.
Don't.
Disney. No, you don't. You don't own the movie.
Mm-mm.
You don't just watch it once. You can keep watching it.
You can watch it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
No, I can still watch the Black Widow one, and I bought that one on Premiere Access a month ago.
Yeah, but this is Disney Plus. You get those that comes out just
that eventually comes to Disney Plus.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Black Widow is still not on Disney Plus, and I can still watch it.
All right, so you own access to it until it comes out.
Right.
So that's fine. But it's like, figure this: family of 4. And like Steve, for instance, say you wanted to see Cruella. You take your family of 4 to see Cruella in the theater, and after this we're gonna wrap up because we're a bit long now. Yeah. So you take your family of 4 to see Cruella in the theater, and you're going to a 7:00 showing, so you're paying full price. That's what, $12 a person, $15 a person.
True.
Probably,
You're already at, we'll call it 48. We'll go on the low end. $48 for 4 tickets, plus the cost of gas.
Yeah.
Plus, they always want popcorn, drink,
soda,
or candy, whatever. Yeah.
So now you're easily at $60+ for one night out, or you spend $30 and you watch it in the comfort of your own home.
Turn the volume popcorn.
Turn the volume up to wherever you want it. You can pause it. You can rewind it, etc. I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
that's good.
Or
Good
like
points.
Steve did, it's like they didn't want to spend the $30, but they wanted to see the movie. They waited till it was available on Disney Plus for free. That's
Right.
what we've done with some of the kids stuff. Like Sally wanted to see Raya. We waited till it was free.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I didn't want to buy that
So,
one.
but we've gone on a bit longer than planned.
Yeah,
As always, Facebook, Twitter @That's Downtime.
please.
Let's see. On YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, all that
Comment.
stuff. Leave us a comment. What are your favorite streaming services? Which ones do you dislike?
Hmm.
And I think that's it. You guys got anything else?
No, I think that's it. You summed it up good, Dave.
All right, cool.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next week.
Later, guys.
Thank you, guys.